we're trying something new. Excuse me. We're trying something new today. And we are either all going to succeed together or we're going to fail. It's one or the other. We're going to give this a shot, though. Let me just make sure we're good to go. Last one is LinkedIn. Is LinkedIn not going to work? If it doesn't work in 2 seconds, we are going to be over it. And it looks like LinkedIn is skipping this one. Okay, we'll see if this works. I'm not sure if it's going to or not, but we're going to test this. My content team, the boys, asked me to do like a reaction video to me and Malto golfing. Because everybody's starting to watch it now, but there's a lot of people that haven't yet. And there are some funny parts. But real quick, the thing that is going to maybe jam this up is Instagram, depending on if Instagram's able to see this well or not. Okay, let's see. Let's start with this. Will everyone confirm that you can hear the video? Basically, I'm going to pull it up right now, and let's make sure that everybody can hear it and everything's looking right. So we'll start with this first. Oh, wrong channel. Okay. I'm going to press play. If everyone can hear, will you just leave in the comments that you can hear? Instagram is the one that I'm just not sure is going to work, but let's see what we got. Can everybody hear? Let's start with this.
All right, so this is what it is. Ryan,
leave in the comments if you can hear this.
He was like, "Bro, give up now."
Mikey's stabbed in the shower.
I've only lost
got
one
stabbed
hole.
in the shower.
I've only lost one hole.
Everywhere.
Okay, before we start, will you guys leave in the comments if you're able to hear or not? Instagram, yes. Instagram's able to do it. Okay. IG, yes. We're good to go on IG. I might have to move the screen over, though, so IG can see it. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to move this over just for IG. We'll give them a little bit better experience. Okay, here we go. Let's, now that we have this figured out, this is like the first reaction style video I have ever done. Thank you guys for having a little bit of patience. I'm testing new things too. Sometimes I feel like such a boomer. It's insane. All right, let's get into this because Sean dropped some gems here, and I'm going to give you some thoughts I was going through as well. Let's get into the video.
Come on. This one's for the cactus. I got 158.
You got 158.
Okay, and for anybody who doesn't know, Sean is like the best golfer. He's like a 4 handicap. He's insane.
In Moore Park, probably like top 10 courses in California. If you haven't played here, you gotta play here. Here we go.
Top 10 in Los Angeles for sure.
Fine.
Can't forget Pebble.
Bro, I feel like this is top 5 in LA.
Rustic goes. Seriously, Malto's perping.
Okay, so
Rustic plays.
today, what, 25 a hole?
25 a hole.
5 par 3s.
Is it 5 here?
Yep. And then winner gets to pick the last 2 I've been on crypto.
Okay, and then real quick, for anyone who doesn't know this series, if you're seeing this for the first time, basically what we do, we play on all the par 3s. At least we bet. It's $25 a hole, and whoever wins at the end gets to pick an investment that the loser basically transfers money into. So Malto wanted ETH. I went on, what did I want? Did I just want straight Bitcoin? I've been on a little bit of a crypto kick lately. So that's how this series goes. And then we basically do like 3 questions along the way. But again, Malto is a golfer, man. This guy knows how to play.
Okay. I will. I guess I'll take a free whatever, but
I'm going digital. I'm changing my mind. I want to go crypto. I'm going to just go Bitcoin. I'll take some Bitcoin today.
I'll go up here.
Okay, too easy. Michael and I played this, and I posted it late to my channel. And when we played, Bitcoin was at like 35, and it's at like north of 60 right now.
35,000?
Yeah.
For one?
Yeah, and so he's doubled his investment off me from pin high. It's been 3 months, 2 months. But you can do it, the power investing.
What do you think?
So I played Mike Mo. He's the first person I did this with. And Bitcoin seriously was like around 30,000 a coin. Now it was at like 65. So Mike Mo has doubled his investment already just off this series. So we're gonna track that because there is a chance that goes down as the biggest L I have ever taken. If crypto climbs up to, maybe what Kathy Woods or some of these, analysts are saying it may, that could be a big L for me.
Okay, 160. I'm gonna hit a 7 iron. I'm gonna hit 175. I think.
I'm gonna go back to my bag.
This segment has been just like an emotional roller coaster for me. I felt all the highs, all the lows. I watched last week's episode with Jordan, and dude, I looked promising. 2 holes, like I looked like a golfer. Then it fell apart. Today, if I beat Sean,
How many of these have you done?
This is our 5th.
How many have you won?
1.
You're 1 for 5.
Against Paul, somebody who doesn't even know how to golf.
It's a little right. It's kind of drawing. Thought that wind was gonna take it a little.
So, look, you saw this kid swing. Malto has, one of the purest swings. Rustic isn't the easiest course for anybody who golfs. It's hard, and there was wind that day. So he steps up, puts it 10 feet from the hole. I'm starting to feel the pressure, But
It didn't. You felt like
watch
it was
this
long?
swing.
No, it's just off to the right a little bit.
What'd you hit? A 7?
I had a 7.
Look at that wind. It's howling.
6.
Really?
But you're longer than I.
No, I think 7. The number, right?
I mean, the thing's called pin high. You better get it there.
All right, good.
That looks really good.
Let's go. Look at this, man.
Yeah, so what you guys don't know is right after I hit that, Ryan, who films us, his exact words were, that's the best swing we've got of you so far. I hit that thing well. It was about, 5 feet from the hole. That was definitely my best swing so far captured on film.
You stop golfing, you get upset, just create a golf channel. You create a golf channel, now I'm chasing scratch.
Look, I'm hyped. You can tell I'm hyped, man. Watch.
Park in the valley. It gets windy here. This is actually a hard course because of the wind. So if the audio is scratchy and my voice isn't coming off just dialed, that's a God issue, not me.
It's basically we hit into 30-mile-an-hour wind on this hole, so little flighted 7 irons.
I feel good right now.
You hear that wind? It's hard. If you don't golf, if you're a skater, you don't golf, this is like skating in the wind. It sucks.
I gotta carry this energy all the way out.
Yeah.
All the way to 18. All right, Sean.
So Malta gives me an option. He's got a 10-footer.
Didn't break. Is that
Stay
good?
down straight, huh?
Yeah. Never putt again.
Pulled it. Some bullshit.
That's good.
It happens, though.
All right. So no blood on the first.
No blood on the first. I got away with it.
I went for it. What's crazy is I met you when you were a kid. Were you AM yet or were you flow when I met you?
I was in.
Okay.
Staying at your house as an amateur.
Okay, and now
2007?
2007, and now you've outdone me as far as pro career goes. So I know what it felt like for me. What I want to know for you is,
That's a wild stat. What do you want?
what does it feel like to have been pro that long? Like being the kid when I met you, and then now, you've been doing this a long time. How is it different?
You know what? It never stops feeling like you're the kid. Almost. It's a weird one. And then I look around. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm the old guy in the van. But mentally, I still feel like I'm young.
Yeah, I do too. That's the crazy part.
But maybe I hang out with a lot of older people as well, because I still hang out with Paul.
No, I think that's a normal
But
thing.
is that
I think
just
you
how
always,
skating?
I think you
works?
always feel young. I still feel like I'm 18.
Yeah.
I'm 40.
Are you 40?
With 4 kids. It's crazy.
So, look, this one is crazy because when I met Sean was like a full kid. He was maybe 14 or 15, just starting to get sponsored. He was the little one. And I was, gosh, how old was I at this point? 2007. So I'm in my mid-20s. And he was just a little guy. He was the one that ripped. He was the one that would just jump off stairs for fun and land every trick. And, throughout my career, he was always like Malto, the little guy. Sean is now at the age that I retired at. I stopped skating at his age now. And he has now been pro longer than I've been pro. And it's just crazy, like to look at Sean and go, oh my gosh, like I don't know if it's because we were friends when he was young and I'll always see him as like the little guy, but he's seriously my age when I retired from skateboarding, which is nuts. And then the other thing, some of you guys are young watching this, but anyone who's like my generation, it happens so fast and your brain doesn't switch over. Like you still feel like a kid again. Or no, you always feel like you're young. And then you're not. Like you look in the mirror, you're like, holy crap. I'm like, got gray hair and it's crazy. But Sean has had like, there aren't a lot of people that have a skate career as long as that. Like Sean has been pro now, 15 years?
Like Jen and I, like a late night for us is like 10:30.
I'm still cha-cha lounge still here, but I feel young and I feel good. But I also feel like if all my sponsors were like, we're not going to pay you anymore, I'd be like, I guess that makes sense.
Oh,
Is that weird thing?
it was not. I was not there mentally.
No,
I was like, what the heck? Are you kidding me?
I know.
I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready. My whole thing is this. I'm not ready for it to end. I think that was one. And two, I thought there was going to be like a retirement party.
Yeah.
Celebrate my, because like it's so egotistical. It just ends.
You gotta be like, what? You gotta be like Derek Jeter or LeBron James to get that farewell tour?
Yeah. Yep.
So you guys have heard me say this before. Like, I think part of this probably is there's maybe a little bit of ego tied into it. But like I was blindsided by it. Like I think I always had this idea that like you knew when your career was going to end. And, look, you have relationships with these companies for a long time. Like, I had Alien was probably my longest lasting sponsor, but like you're friends with everyone there. Like it's such a long lasting relationship that I don't know. I think I assume that there would be some type of send off. Like, thank you for even a thank you for everything. Like when my career ended, it was basically DC that was the kill shot. And like some guy called me that I had never met before. Like the first conversation I ever had with the guy was him saying, you're no longer sponsored by us. And so I think there was probably that mixed into it, but I was not ready for that. Like I was selling more shoes than I had ever sold before. I was selling a ton of boards and Sovereign was like small. So the fact that I was selling boards on like a tiny board company, I was like, dude, I got a brand. Like I could still sell, And so that probably mixed with the idea or the reality that I had 2 years left on my contract. So I think I was mentally prepared for 2 years. I got 2 years to still do this. And, if they don't re-sign my contract then, okay. But I was not ready for it. Okay, back to golf. This is the hardest hole on this course. Long, 220-yard par 3, wind at our face. So I think I'm holding like a 4-iron. This was not an easy hole.
Yep, I know. 220, wind at face, 3-iron. Let's go. You're going to cut it in.
I'll try to.
Look at that swing. It's ridiculous. See, I'm working on my compression. That's my new drill. Genkus and Johnny have me on. See that?
Mine's front edge of the green.
Jeez, that is scary.
Look at that wind.
Let's just do this.
Off balance.
I got it.
You got it?
Is it Vice?
Yep. In the cactus. Just straight down on it. That was kind of all.
Anyone who's a golfer knows that pain. Like, who puts a cactus? Like, I got to hit out a cactus in California in Moore Park? That was frustrating. I was frustrated.
You do, right? That's pretty good. That's really good. What? Of course I get stuck in the cactus. Who does cactus in Moore Park? What is that?
Mikey kind of made me nervous with that little chip shot. Yeah, how take that. It broke a lot more than I thought. It's not breaking, but
That's a bogey?
yeah.
That's a bogey?
Uh-huh.
How?
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a bogey. And this is a bogey putt.
You're putting.
What am I talking about?
Gotta make this the tie.
I thought it was going in. Like,
I thought it, but all right, you're up 50.
up
Most
50.
people have a career that's more like a flash. Like, they hear, they make an impact for 4 years, and then by 6, they're gone. How do you think, like, you should, like, how did you go so long? Or what would you say for, like, a new kid coming up who wants to go longer than 10 years? From a pro skateboarder brand, compete, all of that side.
Okay. Being consistent as a person. I feel like being cool to everybody, being respectful, showing up, just making sure, you know what I mean? Like, just being a good person. And I know that sounds easy, but people blow that all the time. And it's a crazy thing. I think longevity all comes from just like, you're cool with everybody, you help people out, and I think that gets reciprocated.
Do you think complaining plays a part of it?
What?
Right? Do you think complaining plays part of it? Because I used to complain all the time. You knew me when I was young.
Yeah, but there's complaining, and then there's complaining about the right things sometimes. You know what I mean? But like complaining about like, fuck, why are we going skating again today? You're like, well, this is what we're here to do. You know what I mean? Right. You would complain about like
Crabs. I hated
Yeah,
crabs.
I hated crabs.
Absolutely hated crabs.
yeah, but you complain about tricks. You didn't complain about people.
So what do you think about this? Were you ever mindful of like maxing out what you could do? Like, you know, had one of the best front crooks and over crooks. Were you like, okay, I'm here now, I'm going to try to do the biggest handle I could possibly do and cap it at 18? Or would you like, okay, I'm going to front crook Hollywood 16. And then 3 years later, I'm going to front crook, I don't know, pick a 17.
And I always try to do what I could do.
Okay, so there's something I want to mention here because this is actually really important. So people want to work with people they like. It's that simple. Like this doesn't even have to do with like being a pro athlete. This is just in general. You do business with people you like. And so if you are the best at it, you see this a lot with skaters, you see this a lot with athletes. If you are so good and there's a ton of demand, well, yeah, companies are going to work with you because they can make money off you, right? But the second that you can no longer sell, you're gone. Like nobody wants to work with you beyond that. So what I think is actually really important to know that if you consider that you have to either be a good skater, be a good, athlete, be a good service in the business world, have a good product, all of that you have to have. Make it enjoyable to work with. Don't give people a reason to not want to do business with you. That'll take you really far. That was some of the best advice I got. This actually came from Eric Bork, believe it or not. He was like one of the bigger mentors to me, like before I got sponsored. He was like my friend that was already sponsored. And one thing he said to me, I guess two things that were really important. One, don't ever burn bridges. That was a big one. And two, this is your career. Like companies are paying you for a service ultimately. Make them thankful that they're working with you. Don't give them excuses to not want to work with you. So what does that mean? If they have a photo shoot, be there on time. Don't be late. Be responsive on text or email. When you're at demos, sign everybody's autograph. Like be a good, be somebody that people enjoy wanting to be around. That will take you really far. That was some of the best advice I ever got. Okay, and here, this is when they start clowning on me. Malto thinks he has it in the bag. Puts it on the green. Watch this.
To the left. All right, let's go. Let's go. Stop the bleed.
Mikey's stabbed in
I
the
mean,
shower.
I've only lost
Got
one
stabbed
hole.
in the shower.
I've only lost one
bleeding
hole.
everywhere.
Come on. There we go. Come on.
This one's for the cactus.
Kid delivered there.
Good.
You know I'm not gonna stay here. Come on. You know. What's a Survivor song? That's easy. Play a Survivor song in the background right now.
Gotta put a little pressure on you, that's all.
See, this is where Sean gets good.
How does it break that way?
That maybe wasn't the best example. But dude, I missed this putt. I left some meat on this putt. Look at that, dude. Ooh.
Dang, what was that?
Not good.
Didn't hit it. Oh my god. Bogey.
Stepped up for the kill. Malto talking crap.
Down 25?
Yep.
25 down 1.
What about like planning for afterward? Like you've been really good about saving money, investing money. Like what was your outlook there?
My aunt was a business consultant for McDonald's. And so at a young age, she was like, you need to set up retirement programs. She was like, you're not going to make money forever. So she instilled that in me at a young age. So I never lived like outside of my means. I always just tried to save as much as I could.
So retirement plans were like something you totally were familiar with when you were young.
I maxed my SEP, which Simplified Employee Pension Plan, right?
Yeah. So
I maxed my SEP out when I was 16.
dang,
I put
Every
50
year.
grand in there every year since I was 16.
that's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
And it was just, I was just like, oh, this is what I should do. One, too, because I didn't need any money. I was 16, all I was doing was skating,
Right.
eating Burger King.
And dude, did you feel like the pressure to start spending more as you got older, or were you always able to like maintain this threshold of income here and then living off this?
You know what's funny is I've never really felt the pressure of spending money until actually the last 2 or 3 years.
It gets harder in your 30s.
I'm like, I just, then you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you want to
Yeah.
go on vacations. I don't know. I think skating just slows down a little bit, and then you have more time to do things, and then I found a girl that I love, we're together, and now we want to do these things. And then,
Traveling.
Exactly, and I'm like, fuck, it's expensive out there.
Yeah.
Also, LA is just so expensive in general anyways, that it's hard to kind of like, I don't know.
All right.
So this happened to me. Like I was killing it on saving money. Like I always spent like way less than I made. And it hit a breaking point when we had our first daughter. And at this point I'm driving that white Civic for anybody who's been with me a long time. And it was a 92 Civic hatchback. It didn't even have power. It had nothing. No AC, no power steering, no windows. Like it was like a shell with like a little B16 motor in it, right? And we had our first daughter, and my wife was like, "You can't do this anymore." Like, we were. I was almost taking it to the extreme where Jen did not feel comfortable putting our daughter in that car, which I agree. Like if I got in an accident in that car, we'd be smoked. And so, got a nicer car. And then you start having kids and it gets way more expensive. And, like what Sean just said, traveling, like vacation, like getting away and doing things with the family is important. Like those are the memories that like you and the kids are going to remember. Now you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. That's something that we forget. Like there are a lot of options for you to go do fun stuff and it not be, a budget breaker. But I don't know, for me, it was in my 30s too. Like in my 30s, things started getting more expensive.
This is what it is. Ryan was counting me dead on the last hole. He was like, bro, give up now. I took it. I'm now down 25. This is the
Down
last hole.
25.
So I'm either going
Even 25
or you're
or
going
50.
up 50. Right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Let's get this player.
136 playing 141, and it's your T-Bucks.
Are you going to hit pitching wedge or not?
I want to see what your ball does first. My initial reaction is a 9 because I feel like
Well,
the
dude,
wedge
if you go
will
short on
spin.
this one, it
Yeah.
sucks.
If you hit a full
So soft.
T, it should spin off that.
All right, so soft 9. Bro, we give Ryan shit because we were in Arizona a couple years ago, and we were betting, and there was a hole that was... oh, the camera's down. Oh, what do you know? The camera's down. We were in Arizona, right? And we were betting, and we were on like a long par 3, like a 210. And I'm walking up with my 4-iron. I look, Ryan's got like a 9-iron. I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, bro, money's on the line. I'm laying up.
You laid up? Did you win the hole?
He parted. But
On a layup? I've seen
You
Tim
and I-
Gavin do that.
we and I are 2 club difference, just period. Man.
Oh,
Our
you-
4s are 2 club difference, you know?
Smart.
I mean,
It was okay. He got screwed.
It's going right.
He got
Like the
screwed.
piece.
zipped back on him.
Oh, sure.
This is where Malto shines, though. Look how close he puts this thing. It's like...
That was a great shot.
That was so close to being bad, though.
All right. Big putt. Big, long putt. It's got to be going towards Sean, right?
Has to be coming towards me.
I liked the putt.
Yeah, but it was up there. Got to finish that out on the putt out. All right, G. I think that's you, right?
Oh, it's definitely me.
See, that's what makes Sean so good. It's like these big, I mean, they're not, whatever, 5-6 footer, but like it's easy to miss those. I almost missed that one.
Tell me that wasn't close. Tell me that wasn't close.
Almost slipped out.
You have always been known as like a happy guy. Like everyone loves you. Everyone likes hanging out with you. Do you have to work on that? Like what do you think the secret to being happy is?
I don't have to work on it. But I've also, like, I haven't had a very hard life, you know what I mean? Like, I've fell in love with skating at a young age. I was lucky enough for that to become my profession. And I was able to make a career out of that. So, for me, I just felt like everything, like, I haven't had much to complain about.
Okay, so
Granted, I get in moods, of course. Everybody gets pissed off about something.
okay, I hear you on that. But let's look at it this way, right? There's a lot of skaters that we know. There's a lot of athletes in general that have awesome lives, right?
Yeah.
You also snapped your ankle, couldn't skate for a long time, so you had to go through that.
Yeah.
What's the last injury you had? Was that the biggest one?
That was by far the biggest one. I mean, that was like a 2-year injury.
Were you happy through that?
You know what? I would say I was happy, but I was nervous.
Right.
I was scared. I don't know. Is that the same thing? I wasn't like pissed off. I wasn't like, fuck this. I was just like, I think I can come back from this. That was my mentality.
Right.
And I was just trying to get through it that way. Yeah.
Fear is normal.
Fear is normal. Yeah. And there's more fear as I get older, actually.
Right.
You know what's funny about skating and about mindsets, and as I was a kid jumping down shit and didn't really care, I'm thinking about family more than ever, which is a crazy feeling.
Yeah.
I was skating the rail with Nyjah yesterday, and Nyjah was doing anything you wanted to do, jumping down, all good, whatever, and I was rolling up to switch crooks, which I can switch crook the rail. It's not that hard of a trick. But I was like, damn, if I fall or hit my head or if something happens, like, what does that mean going forward as, like, I want to, like, have kids and I want to take care of a family and I want to do these things? And that's been a really awkward feeling.
It is. Wait till you have them.
I know.
When you have kids, like I was still skating when I had a Scarlett and Amelia, and it was harder to get yourself to jump on stuff.
I was like,
Because
wow,
it's not just me that suffers now.
Yeah.
You know, I know that is one hard thing about getting older. You get more responsibility, and then it means more to miss.
Yeah, I just feel like I have things I want to get to in my life. Sometimes I feel like if I get hurt, if I fuck myself up, I'm not going to get to those things.
I know.
You know?
Yeah, you start to really value time and life in general. Straight up.
So this one I got to experience. I remember there's a part about having kids that is very motivational. Like I remember Chris Cole was the first person that told me this. When you're out skating, you're giving up time with your family to go do something else, right? You love skating or whatever. Even if it's your job and you don't love it, like maybe that's all the more reason you're going to do something and you're sacrificing time with your loved ones to do it. And it like makes you really want to take and capture as much of that time as possible, or maybe get the highest return on that time that you possibly can. So you find yourself not really looking for like dead time or like not wasting time. You're like, let's go get it. The other thing is, yeah, when you have, the more responsibility you have, the more you feel it when you drop the ball. And, you know, you're talking about a family, kids, like, you know, if something happens to you, you're not the only one that feels it anymore. They feel it. And so you think about that stuff, especially when you put your health or well-being potentially on the line with something like skating, like you get broke off, you know? So it was interesting hearing him say that, though. I hadn't thought of that in a long time because I don't skate anymore. So for me, the scary things are like, you know, projects, it's investments, and it's a different type of concern. It's like you don't want to mess up because there's a financial potential benefit for it. But when you're putting your body on the line, that's a different thing. All right, last hole. I'm still down 25. We thought we were going to end it on that hole because I had somewhere to go. My wife and I lead this like kind of like marriage group Bible study, and we were kind of coming up on time. But I felt like we could sneak one last one in. So we go on to the last and final. I'm down 25, which I'm already like hyping. Like to only be down 25 on Sean's big. But watch this hole.
They're finishing. I say we finish it out. All right, so let's finish that out. All right. Oh, I'm gonna be in the sand. The sand of it? Yeah. He's with me.
I'm with you.
All right, let's go get out of the sand.
Wow, what a bad swing.
Sean, what do you guys? Well, I guess it's no. This is a waist bunker, right?
Okay. I don't really have much here.
You're allowed to ground your club on a waist bunker, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can't be mad at that.
No. Oh. That was a full decel.
I've been trash in the sand. I am not good in the sand.
It could have been a lot worse. All right, Ryan. It's got to be out there, right? And let it funnel into the right. Not enough.
Take a bogey.
You want me to put this or you get on the front? You're good. So I'm in bogey. So you make this, you take it.
Oh my God, I left it set.
All right. Now, I started this thing off saying I wanted to win. I lost 25.
25.
But you know what? I kind of look like a golfer today. I'm actually taking this as a W. I kept up with my guy. Look, Sean Malto, if you guys don't know, what are you handicap? A 4?
I'm a 5.
A 5? Yeah, I kind of held my own. I'm out here losing to P-Rod, who's a 30 handicap.
You lost the P-Rod?
Bro, it was not good. It was not good.
Oh, that was seriously. Look, I love Paul. But Paul's not a golfer. And like to lose to Paul, like that's when I had to turn this thing around. The other thing, my assistant, she started getting on me. She was like, "Look, if you're gonna start doing this series and like you're gonna be like competing with people, like you're sucking. Like you better start winning." And then I started feeling the pressure. So I'm back in lessons. I'm back with my guy Johnny and George. We're working on stuff. But if I keep playing like that, and only go down one hole on Malto, anyone else who's about to come get a piece, I'm gonna start winning, and then I'm gonna have the opportunity to make some money. Let me know what you guys think. This is a brand new series for us. I think this is our 5th episode. They're a lot of fun. Let me know what guests you want to see. If there's people that that are into golf but are also doing something else. They don't necessarily need to be an entrepreneur. Whatever they're doing and you think they could provide great value, leave me comments on who you want to see next. Next on our list is Drama. I'm going to see Drama on Thursday. We're going to go play, and we're going to catch up with him. So, wait, I'm going to answer this question before I end it. Mikey, just admit it. You stopped skating because your son Alex is killing it still. I'm proud of Alex. Alex Midler. Look, I've seen the potential in him for a long, long time. He is unbelievable. He is better than I even thought he could be. Like I thought he was going to be like insane. He passed my expectations of him. So I'm proud of him all the way. All right, everybody, have a great rest of the day. I got to go get some actual busy work done now.